Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? We got a little impromptu session coming at you today. We're going to go ahead and finish up season one of The Witcher. It is Thursday night, and it is time to get into it. And the ones getting into it with me tonight are, of course, Random D Warlock. What's good, brother?
Yo, we're here, the finale of season one of Witcher. Why it took us this long, DJ? Why it took us this long?
Man, I can't believe it took this long to get into it because it is crazy and it is very Game of Thrones like. I mean, they had all kinds of call outs in this last episode, the second to last episode. It was crazy. Oh, but we got another traveler coming down that rabbit hole with us. It is AK of Exandria. What's up?
Chilling. Here to hear y'all's thoughts on all these wrap up situations.
Oh man, yeah. I did not think they were going to be able to wrap this up in that quick in 2 episodes, but I'll be darned if they didn't do it. I am impressed. They got it done. Oh, getting witchy with it. Send out one more real quick and let's go. Do that, bada boom, bada boom. But this is it. We got the 2 more episodes, and this is the season, and then we'll be getting right into season 2 next Tuesday. But tonight we're talking about The Witcher season 1, episode 7, and this one was called Before Fall. And what an aptly named episode! I like this one because it wrapped up like a timeline showing us what happened like before and after the sunshine. I thought that was pretty tight. And knowing like Gerald was there the whole time, that was kind of crazy. That kind of blow you away, fandom?
It did, because up until this episode, again, like we were just mentioning, timelines out of whack. You didn't know what was present day, current day, until finally this episode, I'm like, oh shoot, so you telling me this whole time Jura was there? So he could have pretty much, I wouldn't say just solo the entire army. He probably could have. But he could have been very useful during that siege.
I don't know if he can take on the entire army. We kind of saw what happened when he tried to take on too many things at once this episode. Or I guess that's the next episode, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was crazy. And we see Siri making her way to Skillage, and she keeps trying to steal, but keeps getting caught. I mean, this girl is out here roughing it and not doing a very good job at it. So why is she being so rude? Just because life's so rough? I mean, wouldn't life be a little bit easier if she was a little nicer, AK?
It depends. I mean, even though she's got all this witchy power, she's still a woman in medieval times. I get the attitude.
Oh, what's up, Jay Cruz? I see you out there. Oh, didn't even notice the timelines until this episode. Really? Yeah, it was a couple episodes.
Really?
I started seeing it. I was just like, the things they started saying and things they were doing, I was like, wait a minute, this ain't right. This ain't right. Yeah, right out of the gate. I think that was even episode 1 I started talking about it. That was nuts. Oh, the woman seemed to be worried for Siri, but then later she even offered to bring her to her home. And I was like, was she really trying to help this little girl, or did she probably have some ill intentions, fandom? What were you thinking about that woman trying to bring Siri home so hard?
I did not trust her at all. Going the first time I saw her, I'm just like, okay, why are you trying to help her out? Next episode, I'm like, okay, hopefully Siri start asking the right questions. Because every so often, when we think if someone's either potentially trying to help this girl out, maybe she is. Maybe she got some type of hidden agenda.
You never know. Yeah, I don't know. I was not trusting her right away. What were your vibes on her, AK, right out of the gate?
At first, she was just a little too smiley and too helpful. But if you give her a chance, she actually is trying to help her.
Maybe.
And that's a mother's instinct. I mean, I think that's shown and explained later on in the episode, but I don't think she had ill intentions in that beginning at all.
Oh man, that had me all geeked out. I was like, "Don't do it, Siri! Don't do it!" Oh, a girl decides to hike up for a scenic view of the valley, only to find out that hordes and Nilfgaard armies are making their way to Saxcentra. So, being the decent person, he heads back to tell the queen that Siri is not safe, only to find that she sent assassins to take him out. Like, what a bitch! Like, he's only here to save your granddaughter, and you're gonna try to have him killed? What was up with that, fandom?
Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, the law of surprise. But I still don't blame her because, again, she lost her daughter. She has a granddaughter now who she loves dear. At this point, you don't know what the hell is going on with this damn law of surprise and what's going to entail. So I can see where the queen was going with it. But, like, damn it. Sending assassins after freaking homeboy Geralt now? Like, you gotta be some top tier assassins, though.
Right? It's like, my man ain't doing nothing but trying to help, and you're going to try to take him out. That is just messed up. And last week we found out who Siri's parents were, and this week we find out how they died. So maybe they can. Maybe at this point I was starting to think maybe they can wrap this up in 2 episodes. I was impressed by all that. I was like, they're just dropping dimes left and right. The Witcher's a bad man. He does not run from danger. He rushes towards it. Like, he knew he was surrounded by assassins, and he was basically trying to run them down. I was like, how bad is this man, AK? Is there anything he fears?
Wait, what was the last part you just said?
I was like, is there anything he fears? Like, he was chasing down the assassins. Like, 8 of them come to kill him, and he's chasing them through the crypts?
And when it comes to a fight, no. I don't think he's afraid of anything. I don't think he even remembers how to be afraid of monsters and whatever else can come at him.
I was just about to ask
He just handled it the way he was supposed to handle it. Like, oh, you really want to bring these bitches over here today? These low-level ditch diggers, you brought them? Nah.
Like, it ain't happening.
And fuck you, Maggot Frog, because you shouldn't have did that shit at all.
Jake says she offering candy from the back of a van. That's how I felt about it. I was like, did I go home with this woman? I wasn't trusting nothing.
You're literally there to protect your damn grandchild.
Oh, man. And when we realized how many there were, he just grabbed his boy and knowing that he'd have to teleport him away. And I'm like, on that note, if he has this kind of power, why did he ever chance it with Siri? Why didn't he just teleport her away to safety when when the city was being taken, Phantom?
Was he allowed to?
Yeah, about to say, I don't think he was. He even know like what Siri even looked like.
No, I'm saying the teleporter Musak did. He was there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He raised this little girl, and he was able to
teleport. Supposed to jump on the horse with her, right? And
he sent her on a horse.
They got taken down.
But I'm saying before they even went out, like he took her out, put her on that horse, and said, "We must go, princess." And she was like trying to run around. Look, he's like, "We must go, princess." I'm like, "What are you talking about? If you can grab Gerald and just punch him out through a teleport, why wouldn't he just grab this little girl and teleport her out into the woods to safety?"
Needed the prod,
teleported her, the horse, and the other soldier that tried to get her out.
Probably something, everything, but at least the little girl. I'm like, if you got this kind of skill, what are you doing sending her through a horde of armies? Like, just teleport her out the safe way. I was like, what the hell?
Like, and where was you even sending her? You assholes didn't know where Geralt was.
Oh, that was just crazy. And have you noticed the different animal symbols in the beginning under the title screen? Like episode 7 was a lion, episode 6 was a dragon, like episode 5 was I don't know what, maybe a spider. But have you guys noticed those, how they changed?
Yeah.
I honestly noticed it in the finale when they all came through at the end. I was like, oh shoot, were they always like this?
Yep, exactly. Yep. There's one an episode. There's like a dragon or a lion or a spider, and then in the finale they all kind of blended together to make his little Witcher symbol. I thought that was pretty tight.
Indeed.
Episode 4 was even a tree with a sword at the base. So I get like she went into the forest, into Brooklyn Forest, and met all those, and went and met the tree. But who was the sword at the base of that tree? Do you think? Is that a signal of Gerald maybe trying to hook back up with Siri, and like Siri's the tree of life and he's basically the sword that's supposed to keep it safe?
Siri wouldn't know that.
Or the tree in that enchanted forest, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. That tree, it had to symbolize something, but I'm like, why was there a blade at the base of it? I just thought that was kind of crazy. Or maybe it's about to say that tree's about to come through and take some people out in season 2. Who knows?
Maybe.
And just a quick amend, we had talked about Ice just being the queen's lover a couple episodes ago, when indeed we hear this episode that they did indeed call him king.
So that was another guy, wasn't it?
No, that was King Ice coming back with his ships, basically. And when he basically walked out right after that, and he's the one that trapped Geralt. But yeah, no, they were calling him king, and she said he was missing his craggy face. Like, feel the love. Okay. And then Siri shows how naive to the world she is and at life in general when she basically trades her mom's very valuable ring for a new pair of gloves. Like, she should realize she should get at least get some food with it. Like, what? Girl, you're starving. This poor little girl is just out here on her own, not living her best life. And then Siri dropped her old glove on the ground. You think Gerald's going to find that as a clue in search of catching up with her? Of course, we see by the end that it didn't. But I thought she dropped that and maybe he was going to use it as a clue. But nope, she just dropped her gloves and kept it moving. I was like, I don't know why they honed in on that.
Little rich girl. So she still has that mentality. Oh, I don't need these dirty things anymore. I have something new.
Yeah, I was like, what the
That's
hell?
the only thing that makes sense to me, because no girl would not have seen that glove and known it was her.
Yeah, it's just like, why did they zone in on that glove like it was going to be an important piece of the puzzle? And then, yeah, we just never never did anything. I thought that was kind of weird. And the lady offered Siri a place to stay, and for her trouble, Siri stole her horse. I was like, God dang, what's up, Phantom? Was Siri wrong for doing that, or did she just sidestep some troubles that woman was going to bring?
Yeah, smart thinking, honestly.
Just get the horse and bounce. Like, who
Yeah.
cares?
I fully agree. Don't talk to that woman about shit. Don't do anything. If she left the horses over here, oh well.
She's trying to help you out, and you're just going to steal her ride? That ain't right. Ain't
Man, she
right.
got a little bit of street smarts. Do you want her to have better street smarts or not? What the hell are we doing here, DJ? Make up your damn mind.
Oh man, can't it be both? Can't it be both? Can we really consider Mousak a friend at this point? Like he was standing right there for the farce of trying to pawn off that fake Siri onto Geralt. Like I also think he absolutely knew he was being followed when him and Geralt met up. Like I think that mage is crooked as hell. What are you thinking about him, family?
I was cool with them until this episode. Like, wasn't like a couple episodes ago, he was like, oh, this is destiny, law, surprise, blah, blah, blah. This episode, he was with the shit just betraying freaking Geralt. I'm like, what the hell? Talk about, oh, you're going to bring ruin to this kingdom if you don't accept it. And literally, he's here to accept it and whatnot.
Yeah, I do not trust that man.
His loyalty was never strictly to Geralt, though. It was to Mega the Frog.
Yeah, but Geralt doesn't call anybody friend, and he called that guy friend. And I'm like, no, he is not your friend. This man is going to let you die with 2 seconds. I don't know. I do not like this man. He's like, Geralt ain't got no boys. He thought he was one of them, and he just ready to stab him in the back instantly. I was like, what? Come on. But Geralt could sense something was off, and his Witcher senses were howling. And sure enough, he figures out that the girl being pawned off on him is no princess at all. It's like he is not happy. And then we go back out to Yennefer, who decides to visit Nazir to see how her old lover Istrid's doing. And he's got quite the project going on. Like he's buried himself in his work since being shunned by her. And wasn't he right to kind of dismiss her come-ons when she finally came back, Phantom?
Who's come on?
Istrid. We had Yennefer go back and see Istrid, and then she's trying to come on to him like, maybe we should run off together and be together. And he's like,
oh yeah. Okay, I'm trying to remember the character's name. Hell no. Not because she's my new wifey, but no. He had his chance, failed.
Yeah, he's been trying to get with her for decades, it seems like, and she just shunned him and put him off, and every one of his requests was denied. I was like, you already broke this man's heart. Now you want to do it again? Like, I don't know. Was he right to just walk off AK, or should he give it a shot?
She shouldn't have been trying to talk to him at all. Not because I care about his feelings, but he's the one that fucked up first. Mm-hmm. Of course she's going to reject you after the shit you did getting stuff from her with Stregobor. Why the fuck would she bother with you anymore?
Yeah, but like he called it out, she was doing the same thing for Tessia. It's not like she was clean.
Don't matter, man. Tessia don't factor in.
They were
talking about just them two. Just them two. He wronged her first, and it's just been back and forth. The woman scorned and whatnot, basically. Honestly, I don't even think she was looking to hook up. I think she just needed a distraction.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was messed up. She was doing everything he was doing, and you're gonna try to hold him to like a whole different level. It's like, wait a minute, you were doing the same.
What do you mean she was doing what he was doing?
He was spying on her, getting information for Stregobor. She was doing the same thing to him for Tessia. She was spying on him. We saw that a couple episodes ago. She was doing the same damn thing, and then gonna try to call him out on it. Like, come on.
Yeah, maybe I'm misremembering a part or two then.
Yeah, she came in and Tessia. Yeah, we found out right then that she was doing the same damn thing, spying on him for Tessia. So yeah, she's not clean. She didn't get out of that scot-free. And even if he did go with her, she would have been bored and hating life and being stuck in some regular old mage position in a matter of months. Like she would have been looking for a way out within 6 months. So it's probably better he just walked off and nipped it in the bud right then and there, I think.
That's what I'm saying. She just needed a distraction.
Right. And how big of a shock must that have been to Yennefer to be beautiful yet be shunned by Istrid, who actually liked the original her better? Like that had to kind of mess with her mind.
Doubt it.
She thought, well, she was looking some kind of way. Like she figured out, like you're the one that actually knew me back then and actually liked it, and like everybody else just wants me for my power in court. You actually like me for my power. So I mean, I think she realized it, but it was too late. And as he walked out, Vilgeforce sat down and tricked her into coming back to Aretuza. And once there, Yennefer meets some of the new recruits and sees that things have changed. Like highborn girls with little to no magic are being recruited. Like, will some or all of these less gifted girls just be turned into sea slugs, AK?
I think, yeah, once they get to a certain point, the bulk of them, maybe one of them, will show enough talent to survive and keep studying and learning.
The rest are just going to be energy for the
Yeah.
for Aretuza, just turned into sea slugs. That is so ruthless.
They probably didn't sign up for this. Their parents did. What are you gonna do?
Done. While arguing with Tessia, they see all the northern mages filing into the conclave, and it seems an emergency meeting has been called to see if they should intervene and aid in the fight to save Sintra. And at the conclave, Fringilla busts in and says that they have nothing but the best intentions. Well, we've already seen that's a lie. And then she's just doing what's best and being guided by the white flame. And again, I'm like, what the hell is this white flame? Because I'm definitely thinking it has nothing to do with Gerald at this point.
Could be. But they really didn't give us an answer on this one white flame for this season. So hopefully season 2 they tell us.
It seems to just be the god that all the Nilf, because we already see the Nilfgaards are just zealots. They're like diehard religious zealots. And it looks like they're all bending the knee to this white flame. So I guess the white flame is just their R'hllor.
Maybe. I mean, Frangella's on that same wavelength now also. So
I think that's what it is. I think that basically the white flame is their red god. It's R'hllor. That's just what it is. Oh, he said no rules during the apocalypse, right? Everybody was out there just living their best life doing it. Somebody didn't realize their own hypocrisy. Saying ain't so. I know, right? In a TV show. Crazy. Oh, but the conclave is split, and some want to tell their kings to ride to Centuria's aid and stop Nilfgaard, and others want to stay out of it and let the chips fall where they may. And it seems like this queen was even worse than we thought, like having cut ties to all the mages, and now she has absolutely zero allies riding to her aid. So is she just the worst queen ever, Phantom?
I'm saying no.
She was just doing what she had to do, you think?
Yeah, pretty much, I would say. She's mainly going... Dang, what's some word I'm looking for? She's mainly looking out for her own family, though, first, and then her kingdom.
Because
was she doing that?
Wasn't the queen... Yeah, wasn't the queen trying to do exactly what Nilfgaard was doing? They just beat her to the punch. Both of them were trying to take over the continent.
Was she trying to take over the continent?
Yeah, that's what all the people said in that camp. They hate her because all the husbands are gone and dead. Their boys are gone and dead because she just wanted to go fight every war and take down the whole world.
And thought that she could do it.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yeah. So, everybody hates her. She's trash.
And as well as they should. Yeah, she's evil. Like, she couldn't leave well enough alone. She basically wanted to take over the continent. She wanted to do what Nilfgaard's doing. And they just basically beat her to the punch. So, I don't know. And then I was like, were the ships of Skellig ever really on their way? Or did whoever was ruling King Icestead basically tell them to jump in the lake when he told them to sail to war in her name? But then we find out later that, yeah, they were on their way. Just Fringilla just decided to sink them all. I was like, God dang, this girl's got money. She is not playing games. And then a small group of mages, including Tessia and Vilgefortz, want to swallow their pride and fight for Sintra. And then they could reunite the Brotherhood back into their court, but the rest of the conclave is way too prideful, and they're like, no, it's easier to just sit back and do nothing, so that's exactly how they vote. It's like, could we expect anything else, AK?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Well, like, could we even expect anything else out of them? Like, they seem just sad and worthless.
Not when Strigobor is one of the people at that table. Hell no.
Mm-hmm. It's like him and old boy seem like they have their own plans. Fringilla's uncle seems like Strugobor and him have like their own plans they're trying to get done.
Yeah, I do concur. It's shady. They sus.
They're completely suspect. Absolutely. And it gets kind of thrown back in Yennefer's face yet again about how things would be different if only she would have stuck to the original post they had set for her. And like, are all these wars basically her fault? Like, she could have advised against all of this.
Would she have though? Like, if you look at her journey and where she's placed herself thus far, I think going over to what was it, Nilfgaard, I don't think that would have been a good position for her at all.
Oh, she got into Nilfgaard because that's what she wants is everything, and it seems like that's what Nilfgaard is trying to give Fringilla. So, I mean, she gave her more than anything she ever thought she'd be able to do and get. So,
Yeah.
I
See,
think
Fringilla's more disciplined, I think. That's why I think Yennefer's too much of a wild card.
yeah. I mean, if they would have got somebody that powerful, that's a wrap. They got the whole continent.
Mm.
So if she would have been on their side, nobody would have had a chance.
All the White Flame had to do was promise her to have a kid, and pretty much done in the game.
Yep, scripted. That's a game over right then.
Yeah.
Then Tessie asked Yen to join their cause and fight with them, and don't do it for the Brotherhood, do it for me, please. And then Yen asked her if she'd ever used that word before. So did you think Yen was going to join her at that point, fandom? Or tell her to beat feet?
No, I don't think so.
You thought she was going to join her the whole time? You didn't think she was going to tell her no?
Mm-mm.
It'd be hard. It's like when she said, "Oh, have you ever said please to anybody?" Like that seemed to get her in all the soft spots. Like she was coming. And it was cool to see Geralt was there during the siege and like what the Queen and Mousesack were talking about, like bringing episode 1 full circle and basically showing us that whole picture. I love how they wrapped that up.
Mm.
And then Queen Cletha told Siri she must go to the world depends on it. What'd she mean by that? The world depends on it, AK?
I think it has to do with coming events. And again, this is Maggie the Frog being stupid. That girl could have been out of that castle. And there wouldn't have had to be no manhunt to find Geralt if your dumbass had not locked him in the dungeon and gave him even more reasons to just bust out, kill some guards on the way out, and dip. What's wrong with you?
Absolutely. The White Flame is an adoption agency. Oh, you think Fringilla's better than Cersei? Who's better than Cersei?
Well, yeah. Who are you talking about there, Jake?
Yeah, see who's better.
I mean,
than
literally, everybody's better than Cersei.
Yeah,
all of Cersei's plans blow up in her face at some point.
Oh, just trading her last valuable item for a pair of gloves because her hands were probably a little cold. Like, come on.
You know, I'll give her a slight bend of a pass on that because she did acknowledge her stupidity later.
Yeah, at least she learned from it. But a little late now. Like, you gone. It seems like the Nilfgaard soldiers are some religious zealots, like I was saying. Like, they'd rather die praying than tell Geralt what he wanted to hear. And it looks like he had questioned a good handful of them pretty sharply, and he just had to kill them all. Not one of them was giving anything up. So we definitely see this is definitely going to be a religious type of thing, like within that army. And then Siri says, what kind of crazy person talks to a horse? Are we going to find out later that Geralt is actually off his rocker? What's up, fandom? Is he nuts?
Repeat that?
I can't comprehend that, man.
Siri was out there in that field talking to their horse, and then all of a sudden she's like, what kind of crazy person talks to a horse? And we already know that's all Geralt talks to is his horse. So are we going to find out he's nuts by the end of this?
I think Geralt was always nuts, but maybe that's something that she'll inherit from Geralt, I guess, once they meet up.
Oh, again, Siri, not being the smartest, hears people approaching, and instead of getting on that horse and riding away to safety, she picks up a stick and acts like she's about to hold her ground. I was like, come on, Geralt, what are you doing? Get on that horse and ride. What is up? This girl has, fight or flight. She's got no survival instincts, I'll tell you that.
Nope.
So what the hell was that little trance Siri went into talking about winter is coming and the long night is near? Like, what was that all about, fam?
That was Game of Damn Thrones right there. I'm like, what show am I watching?
Oh, like, holy shit. And then we hear the scream as the credits roll. I'm like, you think, was that being hurt? Was that her being hurt, or was she doing the damage to others? What do you think was happening, fam?
Oh my gosh. I didn't know like what was truly going on until literally the next episode. I'm like, oh, okay. So now this whole freaking scream thing, it's really truly is deadly. Because I think when we saw like a few episodes back with the mom, when she did her scream, it didn't kill anyone.
No,
Granted, everyone was like, whatchamacallit, inside like the room, whatever. As opposed to here, she was like out in public where freaking like branches, all that crap all around. But who knows? But you think that because she had more control of it?
I don't think she had any control. I think she got scared and lost it and basically blew these people back into trees and snapped legs and limbs and like let it happen. It was just sad that the horse had to get it too. That was rough.
Yeah,
No one
it's
is
an
found.
emotional thing. She's lightweight like the Stark kids. Pretty much all of their parents have magical blood of some sort, but everything upgraded with the
Oh,
next generation.
yeah, she's OP already. It seems like it's like God
Yeah.
dang. Oh man, so that was episode 7. Had me hook, line, and sinker. I was loving it and ready to get into 8. But before we do, we're just gonna knock out a few quick trivia questions. See if anybody remembers anything about the show. If you know these answers, write it in the comment box. If you're watching later, write it in the comments down below. Question 1: how did Siri's parents die?
Died in sea.
The ship was lost at sea. Absolutely correct. Where did Geralt see the army making camp?
In the woods, like not too far from the castle.
In general, that's true.
If it has a specific name, I don't remember.
It definitely had a specific name. If you know that answer, write in the comment section or down below. How many assassins did the queen send to kill Geralt?
5.
10.
Incorrect.
Wait,
Wait, you said 5?
Or just in that we saw in the episode?
7.
He said, if she screams, people die. Oh, Jake Cruz nailed it. It is 8. Absolutely correct. Absolutely.
Okay.
Good job, Jake. Knocked it down. What is Ciri's full first name?
Sorella.
That is correct. Where is Yennefer coming from when she came to see Istrid? Oh, it was a tough one.
I know it seemed like a war camp had been developed from a village, but I don't remember what it's called.
Absolutely has a name. If you know it, write it down below. And last but not least, Ciri stole a horse. What was it and its mate's name?
Clip and Clop.
That is absolutely correct. Clip and Clop. Oh, love it. Gonna absolutely keep it moving right into the next one. Season 1, episode number 8. This one's the finale, and it's called Much More. And Geralt's questioning the soldier sharply, and none of these religious zealots are talking. And then he hears the promise that he made protecting Ciri echoing in his head, and he knows he must stay true. Was he just thinking about riding off and saying, screw it all, Phantom?
No, I don't think so. At this point, like, he's in it for the long run.
He's going to do it no matter what. And on his way to Kaer Morhen, he comes upon a good Samaritan trying to do right by the camp of dead Cintrians, and the Witcher tells him that he needs to flee, but honor won't let the man leave until the dead are dealt with properly. I was like, dude, it's like, you need to keep it moving. The Witcher told you it ain't safe. You need to beat feet. And I love the Feast for Crows shout out that we got. Like, oh, not crows, wolves. They're like, this is a different show, and there'd be monsters in the woods. I was like, oh, this is about to get good. That was a sick little shout out, like Feast for Crows. I was like, did you really just say that?
I wrote that clip down
Oh,
because I love that line so much.
We got so many call outs to Game of Thrones in this episode. It was amazing. And when Geralt said, I'm not better, did you believe for a second that he really left that man knowing what was out there, Phantom?
I don't think he knew what was out there.
Oh, you don't think he could smell it or tell?
Oh, wait, using Geralt. I thought you meant the other guy.
No, Geralt told that man to run. He's like, you need to flee. And he wouldn't do it. And he's like, we got to be better. And Geralt's like, I'm not better. And he just rode off. But did you think for a second he was really going to ride off and just leave that man there?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, why not? No
he
way.
would have deserved it. He knew what was there. That's why he wanted to get the fuck out of Dodge. If the Witcher himself is running, I'm running with him.
Exactly. Honor be damned. He's like, these dead people are dead anyway. I'm out. I'm not trying to join them. Oh, how amazing is it that even after being attacked, that man was willing to stay and fight the monsters with Geralt? I was like, this dude's a stud. I like this guy. Like, even after they were taking him, getting ready to drag him underground, and Geralt came and saved him, Geralt's like, now go. He's like, nah, man, I'll stay and help you fight. I was like, this dude's about it. I was pretty impressed with him.
Yeah.
And we obviously knew Geralt wasn't going to die right there, but who did you think was going to be the one to come by and save him, Phantom?
Honestly, I didn't know who. And then literally he comes back to save him.
It's like Geralt came back to save the old man, and then the old man came back to save Geralt. So I was like, why are you offering lifeless or law of surprise later? It's like you basically are even. You saved each other's lives.
That is true. I mean, think about it now.
Yeah.
They were already even.
That's like, you're already straight, man. That's why he's like, just give me a beer and call it good if you really need to do something.
Yep.
But Geralt passes out as Siri wakes up, and here is this woman again. Like, what is her attraction to Siri? Like, is it really what she claims later, that she's just sad she never had a daughter, or do you think it was something more, AK?
I think she was spot on. Because, like I said, you got to be distrustful a little bit in the beginning, but you could clearly see her intentions after that. I don't think she had any plans on anything negative at all.
I'm still not sure we got the whole story with this family. I think we might find out more in season 2, but time will tell. Mm-hmm. And how is it that woman is so calm as she's witnessing the carnage of Ciri's fury? Like, she's looking around seeing all these dead, massacred bodies and her horse all flayed up, and she's like, it's okay, girl, you're safe now. I'd have been like, what the hell happened here?
Didn't she tell us, though? You know, it's dangerous along the roads. She's probably seen some shit already.
Dangerous along the roads, but not sitting here like a whole field burned up with bodies up in trees and legs missing and your horse all flayed up in 3 different sides. I was like, man, that was crazy.
Random witchy magic stuff.
Oh, man, I guess, yeah, she must really have seen it because none of that affected her. And that's why I still think there's going to be something up with this family. Like, they're just way too smooth and cool stuff. I'm like, they got some kind of power. Something is up. And again, speaking of powers, what exactly is Ciri's power, AK?
I don't believe it is named yet, so we'll all just have to stay tuned.
Oh, man, it's just like, what is going on with this little girl? Oh, she assumes Siri witnessed it. Yeah, so she's just trying to get Siri out of there because Siri saw it and she didn't want to shatter her. That could be it. I like that, Jay. Because I was like, she's being way too calm for what the surroundings are.
Look at who the hell she married to.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Makes sense they would vibe on that same wavelength.
That guy's a super stud. That woman just can't be normal. Seeing all that and still inviting this child into her home, like, she could also sense that something was in the air. So far, only Gerald's been able to show that heightened sense of being able to smell stuff like that. So I just feel like there's some kind of power that this woman's not telling us, so she has something going on.
She could be a baby mage.
I could baby mage or quit before she got turned into a sea slug.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She saw that shit and said, I'm out.
Nope.
Oh, the mages sailed to the Elven Keep to cut off Nilfgaard until the rest of the northern armies can show up to help. And it seemed like most of them knew that they had very little chance of being successful in this. Like, they were all ready to die for this. Like, why risk so much for a city that shunned you, fandom?
I don't even know. I would have been friggin' out of Dodge a long time ago.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not trying to die for this. Like, we already tried to help you. You told us to beat feet, so have fun. Like, get it. And that's what the Conclave did. They're like, hey, let's let them, keep their own way of life and fight for themselves. Who's with me? Everybody. Vilgefortz asked Yen why she came, and she did not answer. Why do you think she did go with her, AK?
Yennefer's got mommy issues. I mean, she walked in, with big kahunas, making fun of the novices and blah, blah, blah. But as soon as Tessia, came in and shut that shit down, she has her own agency still, but she missed her mommy. Because it's Yennefer. Why else would she go somewhere to do any fight?
And again, we hear Nilfgaard is using the call to the higher power as an excuse to do the unthinkable. And is that what the white flame is? That's what I was saying earlier. Is that basically them telling us that's what the white flame is it's just Nilfgaard's god?
I feel like it refers to a specific person. It may not be Geralt, like I thought on our last stream, but I'm pretty sure it's meant to be a title carried by someone.
I'm sticking with it. I think it's their lore. I'm going to go with that one. But we shall see, hopefully, in the next episode or the next one season for sure. So then we get this show's version of the long night with many and more knowing that this will be their last night on Earth. And, well, they may as well party it up. And I don't know. What are you doing, fandom? If you know it's your last night on Earth, what are you getting into?
I'm eating and fucking. There you go.
I was about to say, what else can you do?
Get it? I'm going to chow down on something tasty.
Make some of my delicious West Indian foods and then find something else to eat a little bit. And then, all right, peace.
Yeah, like, then I'm ready to go. Let's battle. When Trish was telling you about... What's that?
I was saying, what up to Iontron?
Iron Jones in the house. What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Been a minute. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome back. So then we get this show's when Triss was telling Yen about the king and his Striga daughter, she told how Geralt had helped her, and Yen kind of perked up and told Triss to steer clear of Witchers. Was that some jealousy I just detected, fandom?
Wait, who said that?
Triss, the one who was helping that king and hired Geralt to get rid of that Striga. And then basically...
She didn't say that. It was Yennefer, wasn't it?
Yennefer was talking to... No, Triss did it. That was Triss who hired it. Remember I told her like she got that 3,000 and kept 2 of it and just paid him like $1,000? I was saying what a shrewd businesswoman she was and all that.
I thought it was Yennefer said don't trust a Witcher, though.
No,
Yeah.
Yennefer did say it. He's asking if you think she said it out of jealousy of...
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought it was like the other way around he said it. But yeah, it was out of jealousy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Yennefer was telling Triss to steer clear of Witchers, and I think she did that just because she didn't want her sleeping with her man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bitch, that's my Witcher. Go get your own.
Right. And then Yen and Tessia have a little chat on the eve of the battle, and Yen said she's ready to die, that life has no more to give. And Tessia says that Yen has much more to give. What do you think she meant by that, fandom? Like, what do you think Yennefer's final destiny is, that she's saying she has more to do on this earth before she dies?
Oh, I think like in the episode that pretty much explains it. It's freaking with Geralt.
Something to do with Geralt, do you think?
Yeah.
Maybe those
Near the end of the episode, this man is like freaking screaming a damn name.
But why? Why do you think he was doing that?
Exactly. We'll know soon enough.
I guess I've seen too many shows because I was so waiting for that woman or her son to do something bad to Siri, but nope, they seem to just be good old regular farm folk. Like, or are they just faking it for now? Because again, I think something more is going to come with this family.
Oh, last episode, yeah. This episode, they seem like to be clean, good old people. DJ, give him a chance.
They're just trying to lull you to sleep. I'm telling you.
The amount of times you say someone's bad and now they're all right, but still, I don't trust them. Stop it.
Something about them people, I don't know. Living out there in the woods trying to bring these little kids back. I don't know. Something ain't right. But they hear a boom and go to the door and witness the red comet. And I don't know, is that an omen? It's like, is this going to show what's coming? And then many and more fled in the night, but the rest are here and ready to fight till the death. And the woman who grabbed Siri could smell something off in the air. And then that man that's got Geralt knows that there's something off about the mist that they're rolling through. It's like, are you really trying to tell me that these two aren't some kind of magical beings?
Nah, I think they just know the area.
They just know what it usually smells like, and this is off?
Well, I mean, that's their backyard, pretty much. And who didn't see that damn comet thing?
Yeah, right. Oh, that was definitely
right.
They got the red comet going through the sky. Everybody saw it, just like in Westeros.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know if Geralt's having flashbacks, visions, or hallucinations, but it seems like we get a glimpse of his past. Like he's playing at being a knight and tells his mom that one day he's going to make her a necklace of dragon's teeth. And she says, no, live and let live. That's our code. Whose code is she talking about, Phantom?
Yeah, I think it's probably to wait till next season to expand on his mom's.
Dude, that was crazy. It's like code, like they're trying to, it sounds like there's some kind of agency talking about that's not our code. Like, what code are we talking about and whose code? Who are we talking about with this? Like,
then we see she was like doing magic in another scene, so it's like, what's going on here?
And we also saw that mom had a full-on feast on the table. So are they just super wealthy, or was this like a last rites meal? What's up, AK?
I don't know if it was a last rites meal. Maybe, who knows? Maybe she had some type of vision or something, so she knew something that we didn't. But I just had a random thought.
What's that?
What if Geralt himself was a child of surprise?
Yo, that would make sense now.
Like that.
Because in that whole dream sequence thing, I thought that like the mom like abandoned him when he went to go get some water, and then he mentions like, oh well, he promised you to this other person. So it's like, hold up, I thought you just left them.
I like that. I didn't even think about that. That's a great one. What if he's a child? That makes so much sense if he's a law of surprise. I love that. That's fantastic. And we also see a kind. What's that?
You said that's my one for the season.
I can feel it. We also saw a tiny golden dragon in the house. So was that just Geralt like intermixing past memories, or did he really grow up with a dragon? Or taking it a step further, was his mom a freaking dragon, and that gold dragon is like his little brother, or maybe even his father, and that's why he called gold dragons a myth because Daddy wasn't there, left for a pack of smokes, and never returned. So,
That is so much, DJ.
I was about to say that's a lot to unpack.
I still think that was just a memory because even he was saying something of the lines of like, damn, I wrote it down somewhere. The damn dragon. Yeah, he was like hallucinating because he was something about, oh, this is like real or anything. This is magic or whatever. Something of those lines.
That dragon's hella old too. Maybe he went to Geralt specifically because he remembered Geralt from childhood.
That's what I'm saying. If
so, that's the ultimate troll right there. It's like I knew you when he was a freaking kid.
Absolutely. Yep. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe he was there. Maybe he's part of the family. Like, what was he doing there? Maybe, and that's how he knew that Geralt wouldn't. Geralt doesn't hunt dragons. He fights for them. Live and let live. That's their code. Like, how else would that dragon know that? So I don't know. Maybe Maybe that old man, like, that was his brother back in the day, or who knows? Maybe that was his dad. I don't know. Like I said, went out for a pack of smokes and never came back. So now he just thinks that gold dragons are myths. They don't really live. They're not really out there. I don't know. And then are we going to find out later that green dragon in the cave was actually Geralt's mom?
Stop.
Okay, see, now you've gone too far, young man.
I'm telling you.
No, we backing right the hell back out of this rabbit hole. Nope.
This is the House of Dragons. I'm telling you.
They gotta go to work soon, man. Nah, cut that out.
Oh, speaking of that, the mission was all about saving the egg. Are we going to end up seeing that dragon hatch at some point? And if so, is it going to look like Geralt?
Why the hell would it look like Geralt?
Because they're all part of the family. They all dragons. He's going to have that long white hair. I'm telling you. This is a dragon family. House of Dragons up in here. And the gold dragon said, it's magic. It's not real. Like, is this old man a healer or a retired mage? Like, is he the one that's doing the magic? And he's got Geralt hallucinating on stuff?
He's something. I guess.
He says he's a merchant, but I ain't buying it.
Oh, wait. You talking about the dude from the farm?
Yeah, the old guy that's helping Geralt. Like,
that? I don't know.
But then we get back, and as the army approaches, Yen yells out, let's do this! And I don't know, that kind of took me out of the scene for a minute. I was like, I don't feel like anybody back in the day was talking like that, like hyping up a football squad. Like, let's do this! I was like, I don't know.
Have you met Jamie Lannister?
That was terrible, right? When did he ever say let's do this? When did Jamie Lannister ever say, let's do this?
Not in so many words, but he gets overly excited many times before battle.
You can get overly excited. Like I said, it's just the term that threw me off. Like, let's do this. That is not something they were saying in the 1500s. I don't know. I just kind of got me. But when Tessia told Triss it's time and Triss looked all worried, I thought Tessia was about to use her up like Fringilla was doing to her underlings. Like, why'd she look so worried when she asked her to help? Like, I thought it was going to be just like Fringilla when she was burning up them mages with those fireballs and making them die, put all their power into that fire.
That was messed up.
Yeah, it was.
So many levels.
And then Triss looked scared when Tessia asked her when he said, it's time. Like, she looked up like, all right, and put her hands into the ground. I was like, ooh, she going to use her up like that? That's ruthless. But she didn't, so I don't know why she was so worried about that. She just put out some magic mushrooms and made people choke to death.
Probably just some anxiety.
Yeah, it's like it's war. She's scared. Did you notice Yennefer's voice change when she was giving those orders in the tower? It sounded an awful lot like that voice that came out of Siri in the field when the boys attacked her.
No, that was basically their telepathy connection.
Right, but she was talking in the telepathy in her own voice, and then all of a sudden when it came to the arrows, time to shoot the arrows, it got all deep and like echoing. Like, basically it sounded just like Siri was talking in the field. It sounded like the same exact voice. So I'm like, at least
to me. I mean, they both sounded off, definitely, but I didn't think they sound the same.
Yeah, when she was giving orders, it was just a regular voice, and then when she said it was time to notch the arrows and hold and all that, like she went into this big rejection, like, now the time for the axe and arrow is nigh. I was like, dude, that is the same voice Siri was just squawking. And then those two were out there screaming Yennefer's name. I just have a feeling like Siri and Yennefer are going to be like connected at some point.
Destiny.
Yeah, they're part of each other's destiny somehow, one way or another. Because she was supposed to go there in the first place, Yennefer was, and she never did. So maybe that's why all the bad stuff's happening to her, because she bucked destiny and didn't do what its will was.
Maybe.
What was Tessia thinking, trying to go down and talk Fringilla down, like just to come back to the Brotherhood? I was like, at the moment, she's winning. Like, what the hell is she going to do listening to you and go back to Artusa? Are you out of your mind? She already told you how she feels about that place.
Yeah. And that's facts.
That just wasn't smart to me. I was like, dude, Tessia just out there trying to get killed. Like,
Right, you ain't even trying to put no protection spells on you, no magic invisibility cloak, nothing.
And then I'm like, how did Tessia let Fringilla get the drop on her like that? Like, she should have been on the ready. Like, how you talking about the student not doing the teacher? I'm like, how are you going to get got like that? That was crazy.
Right, and she's the one that trained her. She should know her just as well as she knows Yennefer.
Exactly. But I was glad we got another answer, and it looks like King Ice people really were on the way to go help out Sintra, but Fringilla sank their boats in a storm at sea, so they were just never able to make it. So that's cool we got that answer and what really happened with it. But it makes me wonder, if there was foul play during that, was there foul play in Pavetta and Jenny's ship going down? You think somebody actually had them killed, AK?
It's possible. I mean, I wouldn't rule it out, but I would need more details to actually see that.
Anytime a boat just goes down at sea, it's like, I don't know, something could happen. And now that we know we got these mages out here bringing down all those ships, like entire armadas, it wouldn't have been nothing to just bring down hers.
Or are they really dead? I didn't see no body.
He said if they died off screen, it didn't really happen. Taking it back to the throne.
I don't disagree.
And then back out in the woods on the cart, the Watcher's wound is not looking good, and the Witcher's wound is not looking good. And he grabs his bag and chugs some milk of the poppy, but he needs a healer, and soon, because this shit is getting real bad. And then we get another flashback of a very talkative young Geralt talking about like all the places they should visit, and Rivia was one of them. So why does he call himself Geralt of Rivia when it sounds like he'd never even been there as a child, AK?
You'll see.
Oh, that's going to come up? Okay.
Yeah.
Were you wondering about that, though, fandom? Like, why are they calling him Geralt of Rivia when he's not even from there?
Well, I never caught on to that. What scene was this?
When he was in the back of his thing, and him and his mom were going down the road right before he went to get the water for her, and he's like, "Oh, is the end of the world this? And can we go to another sphere this?" And he's like, "And we'll go to here and Rivia and Geralt." I was like, "Wait a minute, Rivia?"
Yeah.
It's like, I thought you were from Rivia, so why are you gonna go like check out Rivia if that's not, obviously that's not where you're from. So that's where I got that. And then his mom, she's using magic to pass back freaking apples and stuff when he said he was hungry. So it's like, is she a mage? Or is she like a mage that quit? Or like, where's her magic come from?
Well, she can't really be a. Well, could she be a mage if she doesn't go through that whole trial thing and like lose your fertility? Or
like maybe she quit first. She quit before the enchantment.
Right, because she definitely has a profound knowledge of magics and whatnots. I think she went through all of the training and then left because she wasn't about having her ovaries dissected.
Okay.
Could be. Or maybe that thing went wrong, or she was powerful enough to find a way to do what Yennefer hasn't, and she actually found a way to get it back and have the kid. And then maybe that's what happened, and that's where the law of surprise came, because she didn't think she could have a kid, and then whoop, she ended up getting pregnant. Like, whoa, how'd that happen? And that's how the law of surprise came about.
I want to say guaranteed that's probably why Geralt actually survived the training. He said it was like 3 out of 10 boys. He has magic blood.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So that's insane. But he wouldn't shut up, and his mom said stop, and he said, and never stop, which was very similar to like the scene with the bard when he told the bard to shut up, and the bard's like, no, not my style. Like, I was like, ooh, are we going to find out that like the bard is his long lost brother or something like that?
Stop, DJ.
Did we say we're not going down rabbit holes anymore?
I'm telling you, like, how are they going to come up with just the same lingo and have the same type of scene like that if there's nothing else connecting it? It's just coincidence? Come on. You can't do that. I don't know. Maybe that's why the bard was so into him, because he knew that was his long-lost brother, and he just hasn't dropped that knowledge on him yet.
He's way older than what's his nuts? Yeah,
I'm not saying they're twins. I'm just saying maybe that's his long lost brother. Maybe Mama went out, found another man, had another kid, and she told him about the Witcher brother, and he was out there looting away trying to find him, and he finally tracked him down. We don't know. We don't know where that woman went after she abandoned that boy. I'm telling you, could be, could be. And then in the flashback, we hear a man say, Geralt, I've been waiting for you. And Geralt says, Vesemir. Is that the one who turned him into a Witcher, I'm guessing?
Yes, that's his trainer.
And if that's the one who was waiting for him, why would he be waiting for him? Like, how would he know unless he's just magical and saw him coming? But I like the way you said it. I think he was the law of surprise, and that's exactly what happened.
Yep, and Mom sent the Raven ahead of time. We'll be here at this part here of the road. I'll drop him off and go.
Exactly, because you heard what Geralt said. He's basically like, did you know that only 3 in 10 boys survived the training when you dropped me off on his doorstep? She didn't really drop anybody off on a doorstep unless she did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that could be exactly like, I love you said that. That's fantastic. I thought the Mage and the 2 little boys were moles, but nope, they just had earwigs in their ears. Basically, that would suck. You think you got your defenses and you're doing things? What's that?
Everything you just said was robot.
Oh, did it? Oh, did it just come up?
Yeah, like you sound fine now, but what you were saying before was all choppy.
Oh, I feel it. But I was saying I thought the that Mage and the 2 little boys were moles, but no, they just had the earwigs in them, and that would suck because it definitely caught Yennefer off guard. Like that didn't stop her from sticking that superhero landing though when she got knocked off that tower.
I noticed that too.
Oh, that was hella clean. She got her Black Widow superhero landing on. Somebody's a Marvel fan directing this shit. And then throughout the series, it kept coming up how Sintra and the world may have fared better if Yennefer would have stuck to her original pose. But seeing how bad Fringilla's been corrupted and knowing how thirsty Yen was for power, I think that would have been a bad mix.
Mm-hmm.
That is not coming up good. And then everything may have ended up even worse if Yen had ended up with Nilfgaard because she may have taken over the whole world, like having tenfold the skills that Fringilla did. She may have just knocked the king out and taken over the whole world herself.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that happening, honestly.
Really. And it was nice to see Villefort is still with us. Like, we saw him get knocked down that hill and smash his head into a couple trees. Like, I thought he was a goner. Or is it good? Because why did he go ham on that boy's skull instead of helping him, Phantom?
First off, I've been disappointed if he just got Spartan kicked all the way down, then just get hit by a freaking, what was it, branch or a freaking plank, and that was it. I'm like, come on now. You did all that stuff to get Spartan kicked down the hill and die. Come on. But then he just like, it seemed like he did like a mercy killing, but it seemed like he enjoyed that mercy killing at the same time. I don't know.
Oh, crazy. But yeah, then Yen was asking, like with her telepathicness, she's like, are you still with us? And he did not answer. So is he going to end up going to the other side, do you think, AK?
I don't think so. I think at that point, he himself was just weak, so he couldn't answer back.
But I mean, that guy was on their side, and he just decides to go ham. The guy like asks for help, and he just goes ham and crushes his skull with that thing.
Maybe he's been taken over, like the earwig thing, possibly. But I don't think they even give us an explanation for that.
Yeah, they didn't really touch on that unless they're. So I think that's something that they have to touch on next season. Like, is this guy going over to the other side? Like he sees this as a losing battle, so he's like, "Screw it, I'm just going to jump on the winning side." I don't know.
Yeah.
But Tessia got back up. But do you think she has any magic left, or did Fringilla drain it all with that black fairy dust, Phantom?
Well, I hope not.
You think Tessia might still have some magic?
I still think she has some type of magic, though. She's probably not as strong as she was before.
Fringilla said she's going to drain it all. So I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. It's like, oh, it sucked. Tessia lost her magic. Is Geralt still hallucinating while under that tree, or did the healer really stop by and help him?
I think he was actually helped.
I do too, because he looked a lot better when he they got in there. All of a sudden he wasn't all wiggy and waggy, and then when he got there, he like jumped out of that cart and started walking like no problem. Like I think a healer really did stop by. How about you, Phantom? How you feel about that?
I don't think so, because the guy was saying like, no, first Geralt was like, anyone really came, like was some woman came by, then he was like, oh, which one you were like shouting out? He was shouting out multiple women. So it's like, I'm guessing no one came by. 'Cause at one point, I thought the mom did come by, actually.
Like that really was
That's
the mom, yeah.
exactly what I was about to point out. We know
Unless she astral projected herself, if anything.
it
That
could
could be
have been astral projection, but in either case, whether it was actually her or the astral projection, that man easily could have had those memories erased. So he's thinking, okay, the girl's just talking in his sleep. Meanwhile, he's getting the mom, what is it, the bowl of brown or something to make him feel better, and whatever herbs he needs to heal. Because otherwise, how would you explain his healing?
Yeah, exactly. That just didn't make sense because he was way off, and all of a sudden, yeah, he was way better. Iron Tron says telepathic ghosting is a thing too.
I mean, it is now.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, J. Cruz says the White Flame is an emperor. I think the White Flame is Valor, basically. Oh, he said, let's do this, broski. That's amazing. Oh, yeah, not King, Emperor. He wants to take it all over. Take it all over. The White Flame is an emperor. Oh, yeah, the White Flame is Valor. That's just their god. I'm almost positive about that. But even in the hallucination, Geralt said his mom wasn't to call him by that name. He said Vesemir gave him that name. You think we're ever going to hear what his real name is, fandom?
most definitely in the second season.
I'm going to break that one down. The last thing his mom said was, this is just a dream. But is it? Because he seems, like we're saying, he seems to be doing much better. So was it really a dream? I don't know. I think he might have got some real.
Believe that.
I think he might have got some real healing. And then back at the war, mages are dropping just one by one, and Yen finds Tessia, but they're both in bad shape. And Tess says, forget the bottle. It's time to unleash the beast. Unleash that chaos. And unleashed it she did. Did you notice how, like, the whole keep was on fire, but then when she grabbed it and turned around, like, there wasn't a flame to be seen? Like, she sucked up all that fire and released it on the North. That was amazing.
And that's why Tessia told her to calm the fuck down. When it's time, I'll let you know.
Right? Oh, man, she just let it go, and yeah, that was that. And, of course, the Northern Army show up right after she's burned the whole forest down. Like, that was crazy. Like, always a day late and a dollar short. And then we go back to the farm, and that woman's trying to call him Siri, but that woman never asked Siri her name. Is that because she knows perfectly well who she is, Phantom?
One thing about it is a chance that she probably does know her name.
You think she knows exactly who that is, and she's just acting?
Or if she doesn't know her name, like she knows she's not, run of the mill like orphan kid. Like look at her clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, she's not a thug. She's a gangster. Oh,
yeah, she's just got better moves than Siri with the street smarts.
Unbelievable. So Siri dreams of Geralt and Tessia both screaming for Yennefer, and then the other grandmother telling her to go find Geralt. So she basically hears her grandmother telling her to find Geralt. She hears Geralt screaming out Yennefer. She hears Tessia screaming out Yennefer. Like, why the crossover? Like, are Siri and Yennefer going to be connected? Is like being a seer is one of her powers, or they have some other kind of connection? Like, why? How does that all tie in, AK?
Destiny.
It's all just destiny.
I can't say anything more than that without spoiling some stuff.
The fandom, why would she be dreaming of Geralt calling out for Yennefer, like we were saying earlier? Like, what sense does that make?
I was confused when he was like freaking calling from like, wait a minute, isn't the timeline thing like why is he now calling for Yennefer now when he mainly should be focused on Siri, even though he doesn't. Oh yeah, he does know the name of Siri. So yeah, like I don't know why at that point. And near the end of the episode, we see like, oh, why were you screaming for Yennefer? Who's Yennefer? I'm like, what the hell? Exactly. So just showing us again, like throughout the entire season, has been us focusing on Siri, Geralt, and Yennefer, and they're pretty much our three main antagonists for this series.
And you think that's where we're going to pick up in season 2, talking about that and explaining why they're so intertwined with each other's destinies?
Yep. And most likely they're going to end up defeating this White Flame.
We got to figure out who the White Flame is. So, of course, Sirius wakes up and runs off into the woods, only to see the merchant and Geralt come rolling in. And I was about to be super irritated, but that would have been just too much. But after hearing the wife say that she met a girl in the woods, Geralt was able to sense her and walk straight into the woods. And he's looking much better. Like I said, again, the healer had to have stopped by that camp and helped out because he seems like he's magically healed a lot better.
Agreed.
Lo and behold, Ciri's still there and comes running into his arms, and we get somewhat of a happy ending with some closure, but Destiny has been fulfilled, but who is Yennefer and why are you calling out for her in my dreams? And I got the same exact question. What does that all mean? Destiny, yeah, but how are these guys all intertwined?
Well, think about how weak Yennefer was after that stuff. There's a high chance, because they're connected, that Geralt felt that.
Could be. And I actually like the way they wrapped this story up. Like, gave us just enough answers with plenty more questions to discuss and see if they answer it for us in season 2. And I love it when we don't have to wait and we get to roll right into next season like we're going to do next Tuesday without skipping a beat. And I was liking it. What about you, Phantom? How'd you feel about season 1?
I enjoyed it. I need more. Next week, I'm down.
Can't wait to get it. Season 2, episode 1 is great.
There's no bar, damn it. There's no bar.
Oh, for goodness sake.
No bar what? Oh, no bard. Oh, Jake says we're going to get a lot of answers in that very first episode of the next season. I can't wait to do it. It's got me stoked. Yeah. I'm psyched to watch this next one. So, yep.
That's the only one that I did watch.
Absolutely fantastic. So we're at next Tuesday. We'll be getting right back into it. You guys ready to do two by two again, just to get through it, or you want to go back to just one?
I mean, however it works around fandom schedule.
No, I can do 2 by 2.
2 by 2's been working. That's how it's going to be next Tuesday. All right, I got just a couple quick questions, and we're going to be out of here. And we're going to knock out some trivia, see what you remember. Where was Geralt heading when he came across the slaughtered sentry camp?
He was headed towards Yuga.
That's incorrect. If you know that answer, right in the comment section. If you're watching,
Wait, does it begin with an S?
It does not.
Nor a Y.
Nor a Y.
Yeah, I can't.
Question number 2. How many did Yen say were on that mission to go fight to save Centura?
60.
Absolutely correct. What 2 northern kingdoms were on their way to join the fight with the mages?
No clue.
You know that one right down below. What 2 northern kingdoms were on their way to join the fight with the mages? Where is the Elven Keep located?
Soul and Hill?
Sodden. Absolutely correct. The keep guarded the narrowest parts of what river?
Ah, shit. I don't remember that one either.
Yugara Valley?
Oh, yes. Yaruga. Absolutely.
Hey,
oh, we got Peter Griffin in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Hey,
Good to see you.
Peter.
Better late than never. They will release The Witcher Nightmare of the Wolf in between.
Yeah, that's the animated thing that they did.
You don't really have to watch it. Oh, yeah, I'll check it out. Definitely. If they got more to do with The Witcher, I'm all in. I like it so far. They're giving it to me. I'll do it. Oh, keeping it moving. How long ago did the lady with the arrows say that she lost her farm to Nilfgaard soldiers?
A few years, I think.
It was not a time span I've ever heard of in my life. How long ago did the lady with the arrows say she lost her farm to the Nilfgaard soldiers?
Yeah, I'm going to say 10 years, but...
It's not in years, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
10
All right.
days?
It's not in days either. Like I said,
something.
it's a time frame name that I've never heard of before. So you either know this one or you don't.
Yeah, I don't.
What did Yennefer say would be the first thing Nilfgaard would destroy?
Your homes.
Incorrect.
People, wasn't it?
Nope. What did Yennefer say would be the first thing that Nilfgaard would destroy?
Oh, the food, the ale.
The ale. There you go. Said they destroy the ale first. You bastards. Terrible. Take the fun.
Why is the rum always gone?
Take the time and happy times away. How many lifetimes did Yen say she had lived?
Like 5?
3.
I'll give you that close enough. She said 2 or 3.
Ah.
How many soldiers were marching from Sintra towards the mages?
Is it in thousands?
Soldier told the king, he's like, we have this many men marching towards. How many was it?
2,000?
That is way incorrect.
30,000?
That's getting closer.
50.
Answer. What's that?
50,000?
50,000 is absolutely correct. Said he had 50,000 soldiers marching. After the fireball attack in the night, how many fled? After the fireball attack in the night, many fled. How many were left to fight in the morning?
2,000.
Well, there was only 60 when they started.
I mean, a lot could have fled.
I don't
How many
know.
were left to fight in the morning? If you know that answer, right down below. Keep it moving. How many Skelegian boats were lost at sea when they were on their way to aid Sintra?
5.
That is way incorrect.
60?
That's closer. You know that answer right down below. How many skeleton boats were lost at sea when they were on their way to aid in the war with Sintra? Jay Cruz hit it up, 50,000. He got that one right. You know how many boats there were that got lost at sea? How many boats did Fringilla sink? And keeping it moving, what was the black mist that Fringilla threw in Tessia's face? What was that black mist called that Fringilla threw in Tessia's face?
No clue.
Know that right down below. 2,000 is incorrect. And let's see, keep it moving. Where did Geralt ask the man to take him to be healed?
Your girl, isn't it?
That is incorrect.
No. Shoot.
On the other side of Sodom, this had a specific name. Where did Geralt ask the man to take him to be healed? That's on the other side of Sodom. You'll die. You'll be killed.
Oh, is it Niflheim?
That's not it. If you know that answer, right down below. Keeping it moving. Who was the mage that stabbed Yennefer? Who was the mage that stabbed Yennefer with the little earwigs in her ear?
Yeah.
Dang, the blonde chick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She had a name, not the blonde chick.
I don't remember her name. Thalia James.
I thought she was a double agent, honestly.
So did I. And then all of a sudden we find out it's just the earwigs going to work. I was wondering what, like, we saw that happen, then we didn't see anything happen, but we did. And then, yeah, it was crazy. I like how they did that. What was Geralt's mom's name?
Vesina.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct. And last but not least, you already answered it during the stream, so we're going to let you go out on a win. How many boys survived the Witcher training?
3.
3 out of 10. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's going to do it for us. I know my man's got to get off to work, and yeah, I got to get off and get a few things done. So we want to thank everybody that came by for this flashback upstream. Yep, we're going to be back on our regular time next Tuesday night. So I hope everybody can come back and kick it. We're going to be starting it right back off. Witcher 2, Season 2. Checking it out. 7 is incorrect. Oh, 3 out of 10 was the correct one. That's going to do it for us. I want to thank everybody that stopped by and came through this season with us. It's been an absolute blast, and I cannot wait to keep it moving in Season 2. I hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here. Till we see you next Tuesday. Be easy, everybody.